Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, January 27th, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, and you see that the futures are bouncing up a little bit. They're trading higher by about 6 points. This comes on the back of a Friday bloodbath sell-off. I mean, you can't really say it any better than that. It was a broad-based decline. Everything was being sold, thrown out. The baby was being thrown out with the bathwater on Friday, but today markets are upticking a little bit. I'm not sure if we should make too much out of them, but we want to respect the oversold condition at the moment, so there is a chance that we could get a little bit of an uptick today, I suppose, at least earlier in the session. So right now, futures are higher by about 6 points to 17.88 per contract. All the European markets are holding steady for the most part, with the exception of the London FTSE, which is getting hit pretty sharply. So today you do have the London FTSE, I believe, trading down about 1.14%, which is a pretty good decline. All the rest of the European markets seem to be okay. Last night in Asia, the Asian markets were dismantled, sold off very, very sharply. Japan was down over 2%. I believe India was down over 2%, and the Shanghai Composite, which is mainland China, down about 1%. So all in all, a pretty ugly decline in the Asian markets, but they are playing catch up to the U.S. markets with Friday's sell-off, so we're not going to make too much out of them. The one thing I will say today, though, there are a lot of stocks moving around. First one we're looking at is Caterpillar. This is an equity we will have a gap level for. If it could trade a little bit higher, we'll have a gap level for Caterpillar today. But right now, the stock is trading decently higher, closed at $86.17. Now trading around the $92 level. So decent gap up. Looks like Caterpillar is doing a $10 billion repurchase program they've announced. Earnings came in a little bit better than expected. I could care less about the numbers, nor do I believe them. But the share repurchase program gets everybody excited. That's one of the ways that stocks have been able to trade so high over the past few years. Either way you slice it or dice it, though, we'll find the resistance level, and at some point we'll try to short Caterpillar. Let's take a look at Cisco Systems, ticker symbol CSCO, and right now the stock has had a pretty good little move off the lows, but it is down on the session. Stock closed at 22.20. I believe the stock is being downgraded today by, if I'm not mistaken, by JP Morgan to underweight from neutral. So I would take a look at this stock around the $20.60 level. It may be $20.40, but you can see that's the pre-market, basically around the pre-market low. That should be a little bit of near-term support. So the stock gets down to around $20.40, a lot lower, $20.40. That's a level where you could own Cisco Systems. The low today was around 21.30, so we still got a lot lower to go. But if it can get down there, 20.40, 20.60, pick up Cisco Systems, you'll get a nice scalp bounce. Scalp means quick intraday day trade. Okay, so that's what it is. But around $20.40, I'd have my eyes peeled on Cisco Systems intraday. I think that would be a pretty good little level. Next stock we're going to talk about today is Walmart. What you're going to see here is that Walmart announced that they are going to lay off some workers at their Sam's Club units. So I believe 2,000 people are being laid off there, maybe bigger. Check out the news for yourself. Right now, all we care about is the next level, and the level on Walmart is $73.20. That's a level where I think you could get interested in Walmart for a bounce. So keep that on your radar, $73.20 for Walmart. If the stock gets down there, that's a level that you can look to buy this thing on an intraday bounce. Another one I'm seeing here today is AEP, which is American Electric. And what you're seeing here is, I believe, the company reported earnings. I'm not sure what the earnings were. If they were good, bad, sad, or mad, I really don't even know. But the stock is gapping up nicely. It has upside to $50. So again, I wouldn't really get in front of it on the short side until it gets to around 50. 50 could be a pretty good resistance level. This one I'm going to hold off on the short until I see the pattern. So just watch for 50 resistance. If you own it there, I would really trail the stop tightly. If you don't own it and you're gutsy, you probably could short it at around 50 or a pierce of $50. Looking at the next stock here on my list today is going to be KB Homes. I believe this stock was downgraded today, so let's just punch up that chart. KBH is the ticker symbol, and right now you see the stock is trading at 17 A level I have for an intraday potential intraday scalp would be right around 17.12, possibly 17 even number. I'm going to go with 17.12 right now. That's a little bit more aggressive, but I do think that you will find some short-term support right at around $17.12. So keep that one on your radar today, but that's a level you want to watch for on KB Homes. It's just an intraday scalp, nothing more than that. Looking over a couple of other things we want to talk about. Gold and oil this morning. Right now, what you'll notice is that the gold market is basically down a couple of points. Not really that big a deal, around 1260. The reason for gold dipping a little bit today is very, very simple. The dollar yen. I tell this to you guys every day. You're not going to hear it on CNBC. Dollar yen moves up. What happens to gold? Gold moves down. That's the bottom line. Today, the dollar yen is catching a pretty good bounce. Those of you that are Research Center members probably know the support level on dollar yen. It was given in the currency report and pretty much went a little bit pierced the low, and it has had a pretty good bounce from that level. So again, you want to watch the currency markets. They are very, very, very correlated to the gold markets, and obviously they move stocks as well. So again, dollar yen getting a good little bounce today, and that is bringing down the gold market. But when I take a look at the GLD this morning, you'll see the GLD is trading at around 121.62. Let this pull back. It can come down a little bit more today, but ultimately we'll be watching for pattern on the gold chart going forward. Looking at oil this morning, light sweet crude is trading higher by about 16 cents to $96.81 an ounce. Right now, light sweet crude for the most part will follow it via the USO, and you'll see this is trading around 34.56. Tried to get up to 35. It does have upside, believe it or not. I'm not sure it will go much higher today, but the USO does have upside to around 35.50. So keep that on the radar. Ultimately, oil is really in okay shape at the moment, regardless of what happens. Now, there's a lot going on this week. You have a big Federal Reserve meeting on Wednesday, so we'll see what comes out of that. I'm not sure what the Fed is going to say. Will they taper again? Won't they taper again? We'll have to see how that all plays out. But nonetheless, that's what we're going to have to watch for later this week. As for now, focus on the individual names and keep an eye on the S&P 500. That'll tell us how this market's setting up or shaping up for the coming days. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see everybody on the charts. Take care now.